Howdy, y'all. Caleb here. Time to take a look at some lists from this past weekend. And good thing is, most every tournament I looked at was using the newest points. And so all these lists that we're going to look at do have the new points. And we'll see how that kind of affects our lists going forward. I am looking for those lists that are going like 4-1 or better, maybe 5-0. So you'll probably never see my name on here. um, I like to run narrative lists. But we had some good placings from you guys, so let's take a look at that. The first one is from Southern Smash GT, and we had Adam Williamson coming in 5th place, and he went 4-2. This is actually a 6-game tournament. Man, that makes for a long week and playing 6 games. But he did get 4 wins, so we're going to look at this one. And it's a Fangs of Sotek list. I like this list. It kind of shows what Fangs of Sotek can do, even with the new points. He did have it as the Fangs Farewell Tour, so maybe this is his last hoorah with Fangs of Sotek for a little while. But we do have a Fangs of Sotek list, Grand Strategy No Place for the Weak, and Inspired Triumph. We have our leaders as a Slon Starmaster. See that points increase up to 285. As our general, you want to make sure to keep that as your general so you get the extra summoning points from your Slon. Command trait, Vast Intellect with Mystical Unforging. Mystical Unforging is a fun one. When you want to break somebody's artifact. Artifact, Atixie Grubs gives you the rerolls and the heals. Love that one. And Stellar Tempest as our base spell there for the Slon. Bust up some hordes. We also have a Source Astrolith Bearer at his new points cost of 155 with the artifact Serpent God Dagger. We also have a Skink Star Priest with Hand of Glory. A Skink Priest at 120 big ones. It's had his points increased as well. Universal Prayer of Curse. Just a curse. That is so good. When you can get it off, that prayer lets everything that's going into that target hits of 6s are mortal wounds. So just wonderful when you can get that in. And then an ally of Celestant Prime. We've seen kind of this theme of a list before with Fangs of Sotek, where you're going to be extremely mobile. You can hit just about anything you want to, but a lot of your damage is going to be very targeted. So Prime is going to do your mortal wound bomb. You're going to have some mortal wounds from your Slon, and then you're going to be hitting with some Skinks, pretty much from wherever they want to, and then some teleporting salamanders. So that's kind of the idea of this Fangs of Sotek list. You definitely have to keep track of your priority targets and know what you need to hit in their army to succeed. We do have Battle Line Skinks, 30 of them in that unit with, let's see, we got Bolt Spitters, Daggers, and Bucklers. 10 more Skinks, 5 Source Guard to guard the Slon, and 2 units of Reinforced Salamanders. I think that's kind of our basic, core of a Fangs list there too. A Battle Regiment and the Command Entourage for the extra artifact that we talked about it there. 1990, 104 wounds, 4 drops, so pretty good drops. You'll be able to determine priority a good amount of time. No endless spells. You may have sacrificed some endless spells to make up the point costs of the increase of the Slon, the Astrolith, and the Priest. But you also use up some of those points with Celestant Prime. But Celestant Prime is just a fantastic piece for this. Gives you those extra mortals. You're going to be able to hit something with a lot of mortals in this list between the Slon, the Prime, and the Salamanders. So great job there. Adam, coming in 5th place in that 6-game tournament. Well done. Next up, we have War in the Heartlands. And this one is just a 5-game tournament, but I was looking at, where is it? We got Mike Stewart running Seraphon, and he went 4-1. Dropped his 4th game of the 5, but a great showing there for Mike. And let's take a look at his list here. We've got, let's see if we can see how that blown up all the way. Okay. Thunder Lizard, continuous expansion. This is like the second time I've seen continuous expansion pop up. Are you guys getting this? Are y'all able to achieve this grand strategy? Man, That's a rough one. So inspiring presence, or inspired, is our triumph there. All right, so we have as our leaders, we have an Engine of the Gods. It's not our general. Okay, we got our general as our Slun. We'll get to that in a second. Engine of the Gods with the artifact Incandescent Retresses. Oh, we got a gambler here. Incandescent Retresses let you, when your Engine of the Gods dies, you can roll on a 4 if it comes back. So, I mean, just amazing when it happens. It is a little bit of a gamble, but a 50-50 shot to bring back the Engine of the Gods when it's died, yeah, that's a great artifact. Mount trait Beastmaster, give it extra attacks or run and charge if you need it to. And the Prayer of Curse. The Salon is going to be the General, and we've got the command trait Arcane Might. So we're just wanting to get that reroll without having to use an artifact on it, and that's good. So you can make it the Salon your General. He's generally going to be sitting back. He may be playing the engine a little bit more aggressive, and that's good if you don't make it your General. If you're playing it a little bit more aggressive and you know it's going to die, that's when you might put the Incandescent Retresses on it. So you're not sacrificing your General, and you have a chance to bring him back. Makes for a good play there. Skink Star Priest with Fusila Conflagration and Hand of Glory. Two double Skink Priests here, both of them with heals. I think what we're going to see here is we got some Basildons in this list. 30 Skinks with clubs. Yeah, I like seeing the clubs there. That's nice. 10 Skinks, 5 Source Knights, 5 Source Knights, and then 2 Basildons with solar engines. Those pair just extremely well with our Skink Priests for sure. Endless Spell, Horrorghast. We have Bounty Hunters, had the 2 units of Knights in it. We've got our Command Entourage with those heroes to give the extra artifact, and Expert Conquerors had the Skinks in it. And then Line Breakers had the Basildons in it, so you get that extra command point when you need it. 2,000 points on the dot, 112 wounds, and 11 drops. So I like what he's doing here. That, we've seen Horrorghast pop up a lot in lists, and, that spell is just so good. Especially with the stuff that we've got that we can do ranged damage on. If you can pop Horrorghast into their lines, and, it doesn't have to be all the way across the board because it's got a giant area of effect, 12 inches? And so you're talking about on either side of that spell, that's a big area you're covering, and you're shutting down Inspiring Presence. If you can pop some stuff off with the Salon, hit them with some Mortals from the engines, hit them with the Skinks, now you're hitting them with the Basildons, you can cause a lot of stuff to run in the Battle Shock phase because they can't save it, and they have to send an extra D3 running. So Horrorghast is just so good for 40 points. So good. So good. Especially when you're kind of wanting to play this list kind of castled back a little bit and do a lot of shooting. All right, so great job there for Mike, going 4-1 with that Thunder Lizard list. The third list I want to look at is from the 5 Alarm GT, and we've got Calvin, who is running a Thunder Lizard list, came in 4th place, went 4-1. Looks like he lost his very last game, so maybe he was playing there for the top tables, hopefully. But Calvin, great showing with his Thunder Lizard. Let's take a look at this list. We've got Thunder Lizard, no place for the weak as the grand strategy. Triumph Inspired. You pretty much always see Inspired as a Triumph. Does anybody take anything else? Leaders, we got Engine of Gods as our general with Prime War Beast, Artifact Cloak of Feathers, Mount Trait Beastmaster, and the Prayer of Cursed. Okay, so this Engine of Gods can be a beat stick when it needs to be. It's got lots of extra attacks from Prime War Beast, from Beastmaster, and it's going to be faster and harder to kill with Cloak of Feathers. So, very good there. I remember looking at this. I'd forgotten about it. We have a Source Old Blood on Carnosaur at the new discounted points. 250 with the artifact Fusila Conflagration. I like the artifact on there because if you can do some damage, let's pretend you run this Carnosaur. The Fusil actually does damage. Now you can charge because the Carnosaur has done some damage. So this model has done some damage. It can now run and charge the rest of the game. It's kind of a little bit of a gamble. If you've played much with the Fusilier conflagration, you know, how often does it do damage? Not a lot. Anyway, an Old Blood on Carnosaur. I haven't seen that in a list in a while. And not only one Carnosaur, we've got a second Carnosaur. A Scar Veteran on Carnosaur for $215. The discount price there hadn't changed, but it is a good value there. 2 Carnosaurs. Man, what do we got here? We got a Skink Star Priest with Hand of Glory and a Slann Star Master with Celestial Apotheosis. Okay, interesting. We have... Oh, all right, we got Battle Line. We got 2 units of Reinforced Knights. Nice. That's 20 Knights. So what we're doing here is we're popping that Skink Star Priest, the Venom Staff onto those Knights with Hand of Glory. So they're rerolling hit rolls of 1. They're doing mortals on 6s to hit. If you get real lucky and get Curse off, those Knights will blend everything. But you don't generally need that. Your Old Blood can give them +1 to hit if you need to, or your Scar Veteran can give them exploding 6s to hit. Obviously, 6s to hit wouldn't work if you got Curse on them, and you can't use both of those at the same time like we used to, but either one of those units would benefit from the Carnosaur. So I would imagine he's kind of splitting those Carnosaurs up with these Knights. So, cool. We've also got 5 Source Guard and a Stegodon as a 4th battle line unit here with Skystreak Bow. We've got a Warlord Battalion and a Bounty Hunters Battalion. Okay. Oh, Bounty Hunters, I assume all the Knights are in it and the Stegodon's in it too. Cool. The Stegodon and Bounty Hunters, pretty fun. 1990, 108 wounds, 9 drops. Nicely done. Man, I like that. Couple of Carnosaurs in the list, and he went 4-1. Nicely done. That gets a slow clap going with some card. And this was in Thunder Lizard. This wasn't even in Kotal's Claw to where they get the extra benefit. But hey, in Carnosaur and Thunder Lizard, they get an extra 2 wounds. This is a nice monster list. I like it. All right, guys, that's it for this one. That was the 5-alarm GT with Calvin going 4-1 with 2 Carnosaurs. Nice. Guys, remember, we're supposed to lose in December with Kotal's Claw so we can get better on the Meta Watch. Get some points reductions on our Kotal's Claw on the Meta Watch. Calvin's not doing us any favors here, going ham with the Carnosaurs. All right, guys. Good stuff. We'll catch y'all later.